Hi friends, I'm Kate from the Cochin Academy for Language Studies. The IELTS exam can be an overwhelming task if you are not well prepared. So we have been getting a lot of questions on how to crack the speaking part in the IELTS exam. So we are going to look at the different ways to crack speaking part 1 in IELTS. So let's have a look at how speaking part 1 is going to be held. Part 1 lasts for around 4 to 5 minutes and it's going to be about everyday topics such as your hometown, your work, your hobbies, your colors, your favorite color. Basically, it's about your likes and dislikes. So it's very essential that you have a clear-cut opinion about your likes and dislikes. So sometimes you might not have even thought about your liking or your take on a particular topic. So that's not a problem in this case because you can just frame an opinion of your own during that moment, but it's very important you are not vague while expressing and while speaking. So let's look at the question we are going to ask you initially. So the first question is, what is your name? For which you are supposed to tell your full name in a complete sentence. For example, my name is Teresa Simethy. This would be followed by another question, how may I address you? For which you can tell the examiner the name in which you are comfortable with. For example, you can call me Kate. The next question would be, may I see your ID please? And you can show your passport to the examiner. And the last one would be, where do you come from? So it's good to be a bit precise when you speak here. For example, you can say, I come from the southern part of India, which is Kerala. So here are some tips to keep in mind while attempting the first part in IELTS speaking. So the first point is answer directly. So answer directly to the question rather than beating around the bush. You might feel you can show off your language skills by speaking a lot, but the examiner gets an impression that you did not understand the question. So I have seen a tendency among many students, they tend to give elaborate answers and in the process they end up forgetting the question and would not even be in a position to ask the question again. So keep it in mind, always answer directly to the question. It's always good to start off with an introductory sentence rather than repeating the question in your answer. For example, if the question is, what is your favorite color? Rather than saying, my favorite color is blue, it's better to say, well, I have always loved the color blue since my childhood because it has always had a calming effect on me. So you can use antonyms, synonyms, or even change the tense to paraphrase the question in your answer. There's a why after every question. So remember, you're not supposed to just answer yes or no. You're supposed to start with an introductory sentence and then give an explanation. For example, if the question is, do you invite your neighbors to your home? Rather than just saying yes or no, you can say, I love to call my neighbors over to my home. I usually call them over for lunch or dinner during the weekends. Don't memorize. Don't memorize any of the answers because it would seem very mechanical and artificial. IELTS aims at testing your natural speaking ability, so mugging up answers is not a solution here. It's always good to build your vocabulary so you would have an edge over others when you avoid the simple words that others use. For example, rather than saying, I love fine food, it's better to say, I have an affinity for fine food. Or maybe instead of saying, I don't like vegetables, you can just say, I'm not fond of vegetables. You'll have to practice using these words in a natural manner so that it doesn't seem forced or it doesn't seem mechanical. Avoid a monotone, that is speaking in the same tone. For example, if the question is, do you wear a watch? And if I say, yes, I wear a watch because it is a compulsory part of my attire and I always need it wherever I go. That was pretty boring, right? So if you say, yes, I love to wear a watch because I needed to check my time frequently whenever I go out. That was a bit more expressive, right? So make your conversation interesting with the right ups and downs so that the person on the other side feels like listening to you. Smile and keep a pleasant face. So make it a point to smile and have a pleasant face while speaking. And of course, keep an erect posture. So if at all you feel nervous or conscious to look at the examiner in the eye, you can look at the point here that is between the eyes and it would seem as if you are looking straight. So that's a small tip and this would make you feel or make you look more confident. Now let's have a look at the common doubts raised by students for IELTS speaking. Can I ask the examiner to repeat the question? Well, yes, you can. But the question is how? You can ask, can I have the question once more please? Or can you please repeat the question? Can I give negative answers? Yes, you can. The examiner is not interested in your personal life and your content is not marked. So don't spend much time thinking about the content you're going to speak. Maybe try to think on how you're going to frame the sentences in a better manner. Is the speaking test for general or academic the same? Yes, it is. The speaking test for the general IELTS and the academic IELTS is the same. Is it a bad sign if the examiner stops me in between? No, it isn't a bad sign. The examiner may be trying to stick to the time allotted to them, or they may feel that you have already answered the question, so it's absolutely fine if they stop you in between. Can you correct yourself while speaking? Yes, you can correct yourself. It's natural to have slips when you speak in a flow, so correcting yourself will give the examiner an idea that you are aware of your mistakes. So that's it for today's session. For IELTS, OET, Communicative English and Study Abroad, contact the Cochin Academy for Language Studies at the number given below. So signing off and goodbye.
Cochin Academy for Language Studies, Aluva Metro Station, Cochin. Phone 9061 056313.